Hey everybody, I'm Joe.
And I'm Scout.
And this is the Valor 40V13, one of our most exciting floor plans. Scout, what are some of the specs on this thing?
Yeah, the Valor 40V13 is coming to overall length of 44 feet, 6 inches, and has a dry weight of under 15,000 pounds.
Let's go ahead and take a tour inside first. All right, now that we're inside the 40V13, one of the first things you're gonna notice is that great cross-conversational sofas directly across from this great entertainment space. Scout, talk about this living space here.
Yeah, so in the entertainment space, you have a 50-inch TV, as well as the JBL sound system. You have zones in the garage, in the living room space, and then you also have an electric fireplace that puts off 5,000 BTUs of electric heat. And then what we're sitting on, I have a sleeper sofa here that extends into a bed. And then you have the 3-seat recliner system that has the cup holder in the center, as well as pop-out cup holders on both sides.
Nice, and they are powered as well, so that way they go up and down the push of a button.
Yeah,
I love that. Let's go ahead and move into the kitchen next and talk about where you're gonna make all those great meals.
All right, so let's check out this beautiful kitchen. You have a U-shaped kitchen with solid surface countertops. We also give you that flip-up countertop extension to extend that countertop space with 2 stools provided. Also, we have a stainless steel sink. It's a farmhouse style with a 4-burner stovetop and a full-size residential oven. Above that, you're gonna find a 30-inch residential microwave with plenty of overhead cabinetry. It's all soft close cabinets. We are reinforcing all of our drawers with that glazed birch finish. Next, let's talk about the refrigerator and that pantry. Across from the kitchen, you're gonna have that Furrion 12-volt refrigerator. It's 18 cubic foot, very large in size. And across from that, you have a floor-to-ceiling pantry to fit all of your kitchen needs. Now, let's move to the heart of the toy hauler, which is the garage.
All right, now that we're in the heart of the toy hauler, the 40V13, whatever the last 2 digits are on Valor is gonna be the size of the garage. So this is a 13-foot garage. And remember, we're 101 inches wide body. So you got tons of room in here. And then one of my favorite features about the toy hauler series is we have the L-track, giving you hundreds of tie-down points. Scout, what are some other features back here?
All right, so let's talk about the sleeping configurations in this toy hauler, because it's not just a toy hauler. There's so many uses for this 40V13. It's very multifunctional. So you have queen over queen, 2 beds up top. They also flip into 2 couches. We include a table so you can create another eating space in this back area. And then you also have a loft to extend that sleeping space with a 12-volt TV in here. Creates the ultimate multifunctional vehicle in this garage space. But this is also temperature controlled. So if people are going to be sleeping in here, you have a separate air conditioner as well as heat coming from your furnace.
Very nice, making this just a multifunctional space. But on top of that, it's not just for sleeping, it's not just for toys. You can turn it into a mobile office, a theater, anything you want. So that's why we call it multifunctional living. Now, Scout, why don't you go ahead and take them back to the patio and talk about the great patio setup we got back there.
All right, so moving past the garage, I want to talk about our ramp patio package. So you're going to get 3-season glass patio doors that also turn into screens to get that fresh air coming into this space. You also have this full patio. Remember, we are using a weather-resistant material, so it's not going to delaminate. It's protecting your investment on the outside in case it does rain. Then we also have a powered awning above to keep that shade during those sunny days. Let's move over to Joe. I think he has a few more things to talk about in this garage space.
Additionally, in the 40V13, you're gonna find washer dryer prep number 1. You'll also find another setup in the front closet, and you're gonna have a half bath for added convenience. Scout, why don't you go ahead and take them to the front of the coach and talk about the bathroom and bedroom next.
All right, now we're in the bathroom space of the 40V13. You're gonna find solid surface countertops, a beautiful medicine cabinet with lots of storage, a soft close toilet lid with a porcelain toilet, and this residential shower. I love it because it's a drop shower, so you're getting 5 extra inches of space for head clearance for those taller customers. Now, let's move into the bedroom space. In the master bedroom, you're gonna find a king size bed with USBs and outlets on both sides so you can plug in those phones. You have those nightstands, a beautiful padded headboard. Across from the bed, you're gonna find a 12-volt TV. Underneath that is going to be your dresser. It has flip-up storage to hide those extra items with 3 large drawers. And then we have shoe storage underneath. There's never a good place to put your shoes in an RV. Now let's talk about the closet space. In the Valors, you have a massive closet space. So you're gonna have washer dryer prep in this center section. On the left and right hand side, you could put a stackable washer dryer. If you don't opt for that, you can have plenty of storage. There's 2 hanging rods to meet all of your hanging needs. And then you have a his and hers closet on the left and right hand side with drawers underneath. Now let's talk about those customer driven features with Joe.
All right, so customer-driven features, that's one of our North Stars here at Alliance RV. And some of the customer-driven features you're gonna find across the board on the Valor line are things like flush floor slides, and we're also gonna have no in-floor heat vents, commonly referred to as crumb collectors. Scott, what are some additional customer-driven features?
Yeah, so those additional customer-driven features would be color-coded and number-coded wiring. It's a very easy diagnostic if anything did ever happen. Next would be our atrium window system. So with Alliance, you're getting the atrium windows a lot bigger, a lot wider. So plenty of natural light coming in. But the thing I love about it is that you're getting a lot of cross breeze coming through because they are slider windows. You're getting 50% more airflow. Next would be that we have 3 air conditioners, standard equipment. You can run any 2 on 30 amp service and all 3 on 50 amp service.
Those are all great customer-driven features, just making your camping experience that much better. Let's go ahead and head outside and talk about the great exterior features on the 40V13 next. All right, Scout, so let's talk about one of the most important things, starting from the top down. How's this thing built?
Yeah, so let's start with our PVC roof covering. The PVC has a lifetime warranty on it. It's 80% more solar reflective, so it keeps the sun off of the coach, keeps the unit a lot cooler. And one of my favorite parts is that it's patch repairable. So if you ever had an incident with this, you can get a PVC square cutout, cement it up with PVC cement, and you're good to go. So the repairability function is huge.
I love that. Next, let's go ahead and talk about the sidewall. So talking about the sidewalls, it's one of the most important things. You're gonna have an aluminum cage construction. In between is gonna be a styrene foam that's gonna be stuffed edge to edge, so there's no gap in between. And then on the outside, you're gonna have a layer of fiberglass, a layer of composite Asdel, which is 50% lighter than wood. It's rot, mold, mildew resistant, and it has a better insulation tie. And then inside, you're gonna have another layer of that Asdel, and then a layer of wallpaper or decorative board, just giving you superior construction throughout. Next, let's talk about where the rubber meets the road, the performance running gear.
All right, so let's talk about where the rubber meets the road with our performance running gear package. We started on a strong foundation with our Super G-rated tires. They're 16-inch, 14-ply. Next is our V-bracket reinforcement. You're getting 2 additional welding points there. We're using heavy-duty 4K leaf springs, heavy-duty wet bolt shackle kits. Typically, they're a 1/4 inch. We're using a 1/2 inch at Alliance. Next is going to be our 2-inch torsion tube. It's a 10-inch I-beam connected to this 2-inch torsion tube to dissipate a lot of the pressure that the frame has going down the road. And lastly, we have the Moride CRE 3000 system to increase that suspension. Now I'm gonna pass along to Joe to talk about our outdoor entertainment on the 40V13.
All right, let's talk about entertainment next. The first thing you're gonna notice is you have 2 oversized awnings, maximizing the amount of camp space you have. And then behind me, you're gonna have the entertainment package. You're gonna have a TV, a JBL sound system on the outside of your coach, and an additional refrigerator to store those beverages. Next, I'm gonna pass it off to Scout to talk about the pass-through storage.
So going off the entertainment space that Joe is referring to, we have a hot and cold spray port on the outside. You can spray off your kids, spray off the steps. Underneath of the unit, you're gonna have a LP Quick Connect, hook up your gas grill. Then in this storage spaces is all unobstructed pass-through storage. So maximizing all this storage. It also comes with a 6-foot folding table where it's a great location where you can pull it out. It's that first thing you pull out when you are going to your camp spot. Additionally, you have awning and slide out controls on the exterior of the unit. Then you'll also find cable, USB, and an outlet out here to plug in everything that you need for this outdoor entertainment space.
Now, Scout, don't forget how do you get in the RV? You have this 4-step more ride system that minimizes the distance between each step, so that way it's easier to get up and down. Additionally, you're gonna have the more ride safety rail, making it more stable when you're getting in and out of the coach as well. This step system is also on a hydraulic strut, making it easy to lift up and down. Now let's go ahead and head to the front of the coach and talk about everything up there next. All right, let's talk about the front of the coach. You're gonna have that fiberglass automotive level painted front cap with those 3 LED diffuse lights. And then down underneath, you're gonna have the current Rotoflex pin box that reduces that chucking and bucking. Now underneath, there's a lot of features down there. Why don't you take them underneath the coach and talk about everything that's down there?
All right, so starting in the storage space, let's start up top. So we mentioned that unobstructed pass-through storage. Additionally, you're gonna find a 60 amp Victron charge controller. This is going through the 800 watts of solar that's on the roof. You have 2 400-watt solar panels and a 100 amp hour lithium battery. This is great because you're extending that solar package when you're traveling down the road. It's gonna be charging your refrigerator and lots of different items because we are the masters of 12 volt at Alliance. So moving down from that storage space, let's talk about the generator that's on board. It's an NPS 6,000 watt generator. It can run the entire coach. It's 50% more fuel efficient because it has a pure sine inverter built into it. Now let's move to the off-door side of the coach and talk about a few features there.
All right, on the off-camp side, let's talk about the hydraulic leveling first. It's a 6-point hydraulic leveling system, giving you ultimate stability when you're on the campground. Additionally, you're gonna have 2 30-pound propane tanks, giving you 60 pounds of propane. And then above me, you're gonna find we do composite floors on our slide outs. In the main part of the unit, you're gonna have rack and pinion hydraulic slides as well. Scout, why don't you go ahead and talk about the off-camp side pass-through storage?
All right, so now we're on the off-door side of this 40V13. Let's talk about this beautiful water manifold block. You have isolation points for the hot and cold side for all of your water lines. If you ever had a hang up, you can easily shut those off at those points. Additionally, you're gonna have those slide out controls on the outdoor side as well. So you can open up these slides, especially when you're plugging into that power pole, you know that length, you can take that slide out. Underneath here, you have your temperature control for your outside showers. There's gonna be the outside shower on the door side as well as the off-door side. You can set that hot and cold, whatever temperature you would like. Lastly, I want to show you that we give you complete access to everything behind this panel. I love that we give you access to everything. So that's going to be your color-coded and number-coded wiring. We're using all PEX plumbing throughout this coach. Then you also have easy access to your water pump as well. Next, we have a 40,000 BTU furnace on this coach that's heating the entire underbelly, your pass-through storage, and then the inside of the camper. And lastly, we have a 12-gallon gas electric water heater on the 40V13 where you can run it off of gas, you can run it off of electric, or both at the same time. Now let's pass it off to Joe and let's talk about the fuel pump in the back.
All right, at the rear of the off-camp side, you're gonna find your auxiliary filling station. So you're gonna have 2 30-gallon gas tanks that will allow you to fill your toys or anything you're gonna bring on your adventures. You're also gonna have that 30 gallons that's gonna supply the generator up front. Next to that, you're gonna have the side ladder that's gonna allow you access to your fully walkable roof so you can get up there for maintenance reasons. Next, let's head to the front of the coach and talk about how you can learn more about this coach. Everybody, thanks for taking the time to watch the tour of the Valor 40V13. Scout, could you quickly recap this floor plan for everybody?
Yeah, so some of my favorite features is going to be the cross-conversational seating. You have that beautiful U-shaped kitchen with a 13-foot garage and plenty of sleeping space on this floor plan.
That's awesome. If you guys would like to learn more about this floor plan, go to alliancerv.com. And if you'd like to connect with us, go to any social platform and search @AllianceRV. Again, everybody, thanks for watching, and we hope that you choose to join the Alliance. See you next time. Great size. Let's go ahead and head inside. Why am I doing that, dude? What am I doing?
Head inside, this way. Follow me, follow me.
I'm vacation still in the
Yeah,
brain.
Oh, that's hard. So we start. So you can up.
I'm here to bump You up. I just had to do that.
And now fun with German Scout.
I was thinking what's the Ben Stiller movie with blue steel?
All right, then just give me 2 more poses. All right, give me 1 more.